Hey everybody, Zach Fernandez Night2 here, back with another Movie Memories Monday for you guys today. It's really nice and sunny out, so it just makes the lighting so great. But by the thumbnail and the title, you know what it's going to be for. It's going to be for the Santa Claus. This is our original VHS tape that we had since I was a kid. You see the old little Walt Disney sign on there when it was taped inside the case that we used to have for it. I'm not sure what happened to it, but it also has this really old Be Kind, Rewind sign on it. I also do have the DVD version as well. I recorded this unboxing for all three Santa Claus films as a collection set in an old video of mine. But the Santa Claus came out, I think, what was it? It doesn't say on there. Let's see if it says on here. I believe it was like 1994. I believe it was only like 2 when this movie came out. But the Santa Claus trilogy is seriously an amazing movie series. Kinda wish they would have made a 4th film, but a lot of people thought the quality went down every time they made a new one. Personally, my favorite is Santa Claus 2, then Santa Claus 3, then Santa Claus 1. Santa Claus 1 is fantastic. I love the Santa Claus films. But in terms of like just how the movies were, I still prefer Santa Claus 2. But this is a very good classic. It's over like 20 years old now. Can't believe it's that old, and I'm a little bit older than the movie. Now I feel really old. Was it 90? I think it came out like 1992 or 1994. If it was 1992, I was just born that year, but I can't remember by heart if it was or not. But see, the Santa Claus stars Tim Allen as, what was it? Scott Calvin, who's this businessman, who's broken up with, or divorced his wife, or whatever, and now, has his mom, the wife has custody of their son, who Scott Calvin wants to see still. So one night around Christmas Eve or so, he was watching his son over the night. He was reading him a story about, Santa Claus and all that. His son asked him so many questions about Santa Claus and if he believes in Santa Claus. Anyway, he reads him the book, he goes to sleep, and all of a sudden, just maybe about, if I had to guess in the movie, it's probably a couple hours later, you hear footsteps on the roof of the house. And so, why am I forgetting this? Charlie. That's it. Charlie. I almost forgot his name. Charlie went to go see Scott, his dad, to see what all the noise was about. So they went outside. Well, okay, Charlie did, and Scott chased after him. And noticed that there's this guy on top of the ceiling. Comes to find out, once he says, "Hey, you!" And the Santa Claus at the time got surprised and fell off the roof. And kind of like disappeared. I'm not sure how that works out or where he goes. But anyway, Charlie climbs up the ladder and says, "Dad, you have to come see this." And it shows Tim grabbing a Santa Claus outfit, taking it up with him up the ladder, and finds the sleigh with all the reindeer on it. And Charlie wants him to dress up as Santa to kind of make it feel like it's real. So he does, and then all of a sudden, I believe he says, "Okay, Charlie, enough's enough, so let's go." And then the reindeer kind of just take off into the next house and wants him to deliver the presents. And then pretty much that's how it starts out. Scott Calvin would take all the presents around the world to the children of the world. And once they're finished, he thought he was going to go back home. But instead, the reindeer took him to the North Pole. From there, they landed on some type of like platform where this elf came out, pulled up the North Pole itself, put a code in, and then where they're sitting at, just kind of down into the actual workshop. And he became the new Santa Claus. I don't want to spoil the rest of the movie for you, but boy, it's so good. It's such a classic film. Really, really, really good. Let's see. Any good memories with this film? I'm not sure if we've seen this in theaters or not. I was really, really young, so I don't really know for sure if they took me to see it or not. or me and my brother and my sister. No, wait, no, my brother wasn't around at the time. He wasn't born quite yet. But at least my sisters and I went to believe to see the film. What's funny is that Tim Allen's actually one of my favorite voice actors. He does Buzz from Toy Story. He does Scott Calvin from The Santa Claus. I know he played on Home Improvement, which is a pretty good show. It's not my favorite, but it's still not bad either. Let's see, what else did he star in? He starred in other films that I just can't remember right now. But The Santa Claus is truly a classic. If you have not seen this movie yet, I recommend buying it. It's only about, I think it's like $5 or more, maybe around there, just for this one alone. Or you can do what most people my age did. What we got the VHS tape. You can find that probably for 50 cents anywhere at Goodwill if you could find one. But yeah, I can't remember if ours still works or not. I'll have to actually test that out because I've been watching the DVD version of it now recently. Let's see. Like the acting was, I thought it was like phenomenal. There was not really a bad actor. Even the actor who played Charlie the kid did a really good job. Honestly, it seems like a lot of the films from the 90s, there was just a lot of really good acting at that around that era. I mean, there's some okay shows nowadays with acting in movies. You just gotta find the right ones. But yeah, the Santa Claus just makes me feel old thinking about it because I remember it so well and I watched it every year. Since we got the VHS tape anyway. Watched it every year. Love that movie. And I remember the beginning song that they do. Like, I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas was the beginning song of the film. It's a really, really, really good movie. Can't recommend this movie enough and its sequels. But tell me in the comments below what you guys and girls think of this video, what you think of the Santa Claus in general. And see you guys next time. God bless and have a Merry Christmas.